Guys, let me know if you can see my screen. If you're on here, let me know on the chat. If you can see my screen just fine, let me know.
I can see it, Josh.
Excellent.
Yep, you're all good, bro.
All right, guys, we're going to go ahead and just jump into it. If you guys can mute yourselves, that'd be highly, highly appreciated. So first and foremost, again, I know I've probably said this about 5 times already, but I highly, highly respect every single one of you for taking time out of your night to get on here and get some more information about, Forex, or how, you got so many people being able to profit from their smartphones. It's now 2018, and it's crazy because even for me, it still kind of surprises me how many people don't really understand that there is a better way. There is a lot of different ways for you to actually make a full-time income from your smartphone or from pretty much just about anything. So the fact that we live in 2018 now and we've got so much technology, so many ways for us to be able to make money, I feel like there's still not a lot of people who really grasp that concept. So what I'm going to do tonight, guys, is I'm going to go over a lot of valuable information. Again, same exact information that completely changed my situation 3 years back. Of course, I don't want to get ahead of myself. I want to make sure that we're all on the same page. So guys, if you have anything right now, whether your phone's going off, you got some Twitter going out, Facebook updates, notifications, whatever the case may be, I promise you that all these platforms are going to be around when we're done with this. So if you haven't already, make sure that you get rid of anything that can be of a possible distraction. Okay, believe it or not, our smartphones can, as much as they can make us money, they can also be weapons of mass distraction. So with that being said, guys, let's go ahead and move forward. Okay, just to give you guys some more information about myself, my background, who I am, what I do, why I do what I do. Okay, my name is Josh Sanchez. I am a 23-year-old full-time entrepreneur. That means that I'm able to make a full-time income just from working for myself. Now, a little bit about how I got into the industry of entrepreneurship. Going back 3 years ago, just a regular kid from Long Island, New York, who obviously, followed what 95% of people around me were doing, right? Going to school, graduated high school, going straight to college, studying computer science for 2 semesters, something that I thought I was passionate about at the time, but did not necessarily see myself doing for the rest of my life. Ultimately made the decision to drop out, not something I encourage everyone to do, but I took that decision upon myself and began to work different jobs to make more money. Because my mindset has always been, how can I make more income, keep more of my time, right? So of course I started working a job, multiple jobs, and started to make more income. However, as I was generating more income, I realized this was the realization that I came into. You can make more money and have less time, or you can have more time and make less money, unless you have a system that is working for you, that is allowing you to make more money and keep more of your time. See, and working a traditional corporate environment job is not something that allowed me to have that. So coming to that realization, I said to myself, you know what? It's time for me to do something different to get something different, because I'm sure that I don't want to do this for the next 40, 50 years of my life. I was working at Applebee's. I was a line cook for about a year, making pretty decent income. But again, I didn't have the time to do the things that I wanted to do with who I wanted to do them with, right? So that led me to the industry of entrepreneurship. I saw a way out. I saw a way for me to do something different to get new results. And fast forward 3 years later, I've had the opportunity, the blessing, by the grace of God, to be able to travel around the world, be able to mentor people from all walks of life on the philosophies of entrepreneurship and how to put their money to work for them. Okay, so what I'm going to do on this webinar tonight is, not only do I want to engage with you guys a little bit, but I want to share with you guys not just my story on how I've been able to obtain time freedom and financial freedom, but how I've been able to mentor other people who have been able to do just the exact same thing, if not on my level, on a much bigger level. So with that being said, guys, let's talk a little bit about the cash flow quadrant, something that a lot of people are not educated on. This is going to be pure education, pure value, man. So I really hope that a lot of people on here are taking notes. So for those of you who are not familiar with the cash flow quadrant, I know I see a couple of familiar faces on here. Shafia, Irie, Joshua, what's going on, guys? Hope everyone's having a great night tonight. But a cash flow quadrant, for those of you who are not familiar with this, the myth, the legend himself breaks this down the best, right? Robert Kiyosaki, a man who's made over $80 million as an entrepreneur, wrote a very famous book not too long ago titled Rich Dad, Poor Dad, where he introduced the cash flow quadrant. Now, the cash flow quadrant pretty much teaches us the 4 different ways that you can actually make money. All right. You can be an employee, self-employed, which consists of you exchanging your time to make a paycheck, or you can be a business owner or an investor, which requires you putting your money to work for you, right, in order to generate more income, which at the end of the day allows you to keep more of your time. So me taking a look at this for the first time, it was more of a eye opener more than anything else, because I knew where I was back then and I knew where I wanted to be 5, 10, 15 years from then. So I made a decision. I said to myself, let me do what I can to become a business owner, to become an investor. Okay. Now, I'm not here to talk bad about jobs. I'm not here to talk bad about the education system, but I telling you guys right now that information as simple as Forex, as simple as learning how to trade, can completely change your current situation. So let's talk a little bit about Forex. Okay. Forex is short for the foreign exchange. It is the world's largest financial market known to man. I don't care what anybody says. Okay. It is the world's largest market. It has been proven to be the world's largest market known to man. Okay. So what does the foreign exchange consist of? It's where we're trading one currency for another, whether we're buying a currency or whether we're selling a specific currency. We are investing our money in the value of a particular currency. Okay. Now this market, okay, the foreign exchange is open 24 hours a day for 5.5 days a week. Okay. It closes on Fridays at 5 p.m. Eastern time. And the market opens up again on Sunday at 5 p.m. Eastern time. All right. So for those of you on here who are aspiring traders, or if you are, new to trading, you're just now getting into Forex, then here you go. Okay. The market opens up on Sundays, 5 p.m. Eastern, and closes on Fridays, 5 p.m. Eastern time. All right. Now, it's important to understand that, because a lot of people who want to get into trading and they like to trade things like, let's say, stocks, or they like to trade cryptos, not every market is open at the same time. Okay. I know the stock market is not open 24 hours a day. The crypto market actually is open 24 hours a day for 7 days. It never closes, which is pretty cool. Now, just to pretty much finish touching on this, the market circulates $5 trillion per day in currencies, in volume. That's a lot of money. Okay. That means that you, as a retail trader, even if you get less than 1% of 5 trillion, you're still making a pretty good income from trading. Okay. And like I said before, it's 2018, guys. You can literally trade Forex off your phone. Now, the platform that I leverage, some of you might be familiar with this, some of you might not. It's called iMarkets Live. Okay. Now, I want to make this very clear. I'm gonna pretty much, I guess you could say, I'm gonna address the elephant in the room. I'm not here to sell. I'm not here to convince. I'm not here to beg. I'm simply here to share the same exact information that was shared with me 3 years ago that build that passion that I now have for trading in the foreign exchange market. Okay. So a little bit about iMarkets Live, just to give you guys a breakdown on what this platform is and what it does for people like myself. And for those of you who are plugged in here who already do this, it is a first-class Forex education program that was founded on the 4th of July, Independence Day on 2013. Okay. It's now operating in over 120 countries. How is that possible? Quite simple. Okay. We are trading in the world's largest financial market. That allows us to be able to have clients in pretty much just about everywhere, anywhere in the world. This is a debt-free and privately owned platform, and there are absolutely no third-party services that go with this. Okay, now as far as the leadership goes, I'm very analytical. Okay, and a lot of you who know me, you know this about me. I'm very, very analytical. When I look into something, I like to do my research to the full extent. I knew about this company for years. And it's even knowing about this company for years, it took me a while to plant my flag and say, you know what? This is where I'm going to build a legacy. This is where I'm going to become that full-time 6-figure trader. And the only reason that I was able to make that decision was because I knew the type of leadership that was running this platform. Christopher Terry, who is the CEO of iMarkets Live, has made over $50 million as a foreign exchange trader. He's done this for corporations. Okay, he's traded corporate accounts with millions of dollars. In fact, He's been so successful doing so that he's actually been featured at the Traders Expo, both in Las Vegas and New York, for multiple years. Isis De La Torre, who's the CFO of iMarkets Live, she's qualified to actually give people financial advice. She has her license to give people trading advice if needed be. Alex Warren, who is the executive vice president of sales at iMarkets Live. I'm not sure how much you guys are familiar with the name Alex Morton, but I'll tell you what, right now, as I was doing my research upon this platform, I saw that this gentleman has actually been featured in Forbes magazine. He's actually been interviewed by some of the most powerful social media influencers of all time, like Gary Vaynerchuk, Ty Lopez. Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, he actually also met Grant Cardone. So this man has been able to learn from a lot of successful people. All right, Tony Robbins, Bob Proctor, people who know how to teach others to get exactly what they want out of life. Okay, so that professionalism is exactly what he brought to the table here at iMarkets Live. And you got the same thing with Yvonne Tapia, who's the vice president of sales, who has multiple years of experience, coming here together and giving people that professionalism that we so much aspire to obtain. Now, as far as getting educated and learning how to trade, it's important that you know exactly what you're getting yourself into when you trade Forex. I'll tell you guys off of experience. When I first got into the foreign exchange market, I lost a lot of money. I'll be quite honest with you guys. Okay, if it's one thing that we're gonna do on this webinar is we're gonna keep it real. I'm gonna give you guys raw info, the raw facts, the real hardcore truth. All right, I'm gonna be a little bold, yes, but I want you to understand that I am here to give you guys the straight facts. All right, so here's what it is, man. I'm gonna give it to you raw like sushi right now. When I first started trading Forex, I lost thousands upon thousands of dollars. Why? Because I was always a big believer in trial and error, and do things yourself, do things your own way, reinvent the wheel. But I learned the hard way that if you try to do things on your own, instead of leveraging the right systems, the right education, like IML Academy, it's going to end up costing you a lot more time, a lot more energy, and a lot more money. So that motivated me to do something like this, to use IML Academy, where I can go over 60 plus recorded videos in English and Spanish, teaching me from basic to advanced on how to actually trade. And these videos are coming directly from the market experts who also go on what we call iMarkets Live TV. Okay, it reminds me a lot about Netflix and chill. Only difference is that with this, you're making money and chill. That's pretty much what it is. Okay, you're going on iMarkets Live TV to get live Forex mentorship from the market experts who work for this platform, who've been hired as professional traders to give you the best trading strategies for you to add onto your trading method. Okay, so that's as far as the education goes, and that's very powerful. Now, as far as making money hands-on, I'm not sure who here is hands-on, but if you're like myself and you like to be hands-on with things, a hands-on learner, the harmonic scanner is a tool that I love to use. I use it on a day-to-day basis for the simple fact that it makes trading for me so simple. Guys, you do not understand how much stress goes into trading when you're trying to do things on your own. You got to understand this. And if you want to write something down, you definitely want to write this down. The two biggest things that you're going to come across when investing in, period. It could be stocks, Forex, cryptos, doesn't matter. The two biggest things you're going to come across when trading, number one, greed, and number two, fear. Those are going to be your two biggest enemies when you trade Forex. I'm going to say that one more time. Number one, greed, and number two, fear. Okay? So here's the thing. If you have something that can allow you to eliminate that fear, eliminate that greed from wanting more, then that right there is going to make your trading experience and your trading journey a lot smoother and a lot more profitable. Because let me tell you, the harmonic scanner, what it does for me is it scans the markets, and all I have to do is copy and paste the entry points, the stop losses, which is pretty much a safety net in case the market doesn't go in the direction that I want it to go, and my take profit, which is if the market does go in the direction I want it to, then it's going to take me out in profit. All I do is copy, paste the same exact numbers that the harmonic scanner is giving me. It scans the market all day long, and it gives me the best entries and the best exits. That's it. Just follow, copy, paste. Okay. See, one thing I thought in school, right? I always thought in school that if you copy and paste, that you could get in trouble, right? Because you know, let's be real. How many of us on here have copied and pasted before, whether we're cheating on a test or whatever the case may be, right? But what I learned through this industry, okay, through investing, is that it doesn't matter who you're copying, as long as you're copying the right cat. Everybody wants to be a copycat, but it comes down to you copying the right cat. So with daily swing trades, that's exactly what we're doing. We're copying the cat. Christopher Terry, the man who I mentioned earlier, who's been so successful trading Forex, okay, he gives us weekly alerts, letting us know exactly what we can buy in the market, what we can sell, and all we do, again, copy, paste. If he tells us that he's going to buy Bitcoin against the US dollar, you better bet yourself that I'm going to buy Bitcoin against the US dollar. If he tells us that he's going to sell the euro yen, we're going to sell the euro yen because he's the expert. And if you do what people do, you say what people say, you'll have what people have, guys, every single time. Okay? So FX Signals Live now dives more into like the hands-free side of everything, because you might be on here, you might want to learn how to do hands-free trading. Okay? If you're hands-on, great, you can trade hands-on. Hands-free eliminates you having to place your trades yourself, and you're able to actually manage your own risk when you do this. So here's one thing that I get asked a lot. Hey Josh, if I throw in $1,000 into the auto trader, how do I know that I'm not going to lose my whole investment? It's simple. When you're setting up your auto trader, you're able to set your own risk management. And the greatest part of all is that because this platform is governed by the SEC, we have to be fully transparent with what we do. So you can even go to fxsignalslive.com and you can go ahead and take a look at the track record for this platform to see what they've been able to do for anyone who is a part of iMarkets Live. Okay, so again, you can go to fxsignalslive.com and take a look at the public track record for every single trader who is on the auto trader. Now take a look at some of the returns. Okay, you've got traders making over 15% returns, 20%, 70, 150% a year in returns. That's nuts. That's crazy. Okay, Diffusion Trader works the same way. It's an auto trader. It's a little bit more aggressive. Yes, it's a little bit more aggressive. What I mean by that is that you're going to see a lot more trades, a lot more trading activity going on in your account. Now, that does not mean that you're going to lose more. It just means that the trader who you're connected to on the Fusion Trader is more active in the markets as opposed to the traders on the FX Signals Live. Okay, so that's exactly why this is geared towards aggressive growth, if that makes sense, guys. Now, just a quick reality check, guys. I'm not sure how many people were aware of this, but with me, when I was working my full-time job 3 years ago, I was very reliant on things like a savings account, things like a 401k, things like a pension. But what I've realized throughout my research, throughout studying what these successful entrepreneurs realized and learned, is that what a lot of people rely on today is not necessarily what used to work 20, 30, 50 years ago. Now, let me explain. With me, for example, if I have $10,000 or let's say $8,000 in a savings account, what that savings account is doing for me is it is giving me a return on my money, yes, but it's doing less than 1% per year. For those of you who are familiar with major bank institutions like TD Bank, Wells Fargo, Chase, Bethpage, whatever the case is, these banks are giving people less than 1% a year of interest, yet they are investing our money in the world's largest financial markets, hence Forex stocks. Okay, but we get a crumb of those returns because we're not the investors. So all we're doing here is we're flipping sides. We're switching roles. We are becoming the banks. We are becoming the hedge funds. That's exactly why these services and these tools exist with iMarkets Live, so we can actually beat the banks. Okay, now here's something that's pretty cool to take a look at is the fact that yes, that's Albert Einstein. All right. That's my favorite picture of Albert Einstein there. Now the reason, let me explain to you guys why he's there, okay? He's not just there to motivate me, but he's there because Albert Einstein talks a lot about compound interest. Well, he talked a lot about compound interest. He discovered it. He says, compound interest is the eighth wonder of the world, ladies and gentlemen. He or she who learns it, earns it. He or she who doesn't, pays it. So just think about this. Now let's be realistic, okay, and let's take a glimpse into the future. If you would have opened $1,000 trading account, okay, and you started to use the auto traders, just the auto traders, for the last 5 years, your $1,000 account could have potentially, there's no guarantees, no promises, but it could have potentially grown to $10,500 just off of 5% a month. That is the beauty of compound interest, ladies and gentlemen. That is compounding interest at its finest. So again, what we're doing is not something out of the world. It's, this exists. This information has existed for years, but we're teaching people how to do things the right way. We're teaching people how to learn to leverage what they have on their hands, their phones, their tablets, whatever. Okay, now moving on. Swipe trades. I'm fired up about swipe trades, man. I love swipe trades because it's like, I'll be honest with you guys, I'm not sure how many people on here are familiar with the app called Tinder, but it's very similar how this application swipe trade works. Okay, what it does is the experts who trade for iMarkets Live, they send us alerts every single day, every single week, right? And what we do with these alerts is we have the opportunity to either say yes to the alerts or we can say no to the alerts, okay? So you receive the trade alerts on your smartphone, and if you say yes to the alert, then you can copy paste. You can swipe right if you're interested in the alert, or you can swipe left if you're not interested in taking the trade alert. That's why I say it's a little relatively similar to Tinder. The only difference is that this is the application that pays you. All right, so that's the way it works. There's no trading experience needed for this, okay? And you're pretty much able to supplement your income by leveraging the swipe trades. And of course, you got the IMO web analyzer. I love this thing because it's very profitable. It's very consistent. I actually had one of my guys out in Denmark. I was having a conversation with him at 9:30 this morning. Okay, I'm in New York right now. It's Eastern time here. 9:30 a.m. having a conversation, and he talks to me. He says, "Josh, I got to talk to you about my trading week." I'm like, "What happened, man? Did you lose? Was it a bad trading week? What happened?" Because I had a pretty decent week. I broke even. He said, "No, man. On the contrary, I made 120 US this week, and it all came from the web analyzer." So that right there, it got me excited, and I realized that, wow, this is literally, there's so much diversity here, and every single tool is doing something different for people, which is great, right? So the web analyzer, all it does is it sends you alerts. It tells you, hey, buy this, sell that, buy this currency, sell that currency. This is exactly when you can get in. This is when you can get out. All you do is follow its parameters, and you're able to be profitable. Now, again, you're not going to win every single time, guys. I'm not here to tell you that we're going to profit every day, every week, okay? We have losing days. We have losing weeks. Heck, we even have losing months. But at the end of the day, consistency pays the best interest, man. Consistency pays the best interest. So, of course, what are you getting with something like this? You get access to the training, okay? Obviously, we're here to train you. We're here to show you how to be profitable using these tools. Okay. And you're also getting the support from everyone that is a part of this. Guys, this is bigger than me. It's bigger than everyone that's on this call right now. I want you to take a look at something, okay? And this right here is what I'm talking about when I say this is bigger than all of us. All right. We have a group on Telegram. For those of you who are familiar with the app, we have a group on Telegram that has nonstop new people every single day. Oh, sneak peek. There you go. There's a little trailer right there. We got cryptos launching soon. We have people every single day who are doing this, who are joining, who are literally profiting, having some sort of results from either trading or just sharing this concept with others, okay? Which, by the way, is optional. But my point is that there's a lot of people having success with this, all right? So with that being said, guys, moving on, all right? Here's a couple of testimonials. Like I always say, at the end of the day, men can lie, women can lie, but numbers never lie, guys. Documentation beats conversation every single time. So just take a look at some of the testimonials. These are real people, real results, regular people, just like me, just like you, okay? Having real results. Got my boy Tyler here, $345 profit in almost 2 weeks of doing this. At the bottom right below that, those are my personal live results from trading binaries. Yes, we have binaries as well. We have that also. Okay, so you can trade binaries, which is the same as Forex, just more short-term, and you can become a profitable full-time trader. Okay, $200 a day from trading binaries. that'll keep the 9 to 5 away. I'm pretty sure we can all agree on that, right? Now, same here, more testimonials, more people winning. I mean, I'm pretty sure at this point you guys understand that these services work. This works. It's really working for people. Now, last but not least, guys, I'm gonna pretty much end it up here. How can you pretty much get started? How can you start trading and be a part of what we've got going on? It's quite simple, okay? Now, the company makes it fair. That's the key word here, fair. They could go ahead and charge people, obviously, $500 a month to get access to all this stuff, but that's not helping anyone. We're in a business of teaching people how to go from broke, busted, and disgusted, or being sick and tired of being sick and tired, to having true financial success. So what they do is they cut that retail cost to $195 one time and $145 a month. Now, if you're like me and you're like, you know what, I want to get more bang for my buck because I want to make the most money, then you can add on any extra tools like the swipe trades or the fusion trader or the FX signals live for an extra $10 to $15 a month. Now, don't get me wrong. For some people, 145 may be a lot of money. 145 a month, that's, that could be a lot of money for some people, which is why the platform gives us this customer acquisition, okay? Optional, don't have to do it. But if you're happy with your profits, if you love your results, great. Why not share that with a few friends? Why not go to your closest friends or your family members and say, hey, look, I just made money from my phone, hands-free. I just copied and pasted this. I made a few bucks today. You want to learn how to do this? It's literally sleep money. If you're sleeping and you're copying and pasting, right? If you're sleeping and you're using the auto traders, that's sleep money. If you're watching TV, watching Netflix, and you're using the swipe trades, that's couch money. If you're in the beach, you're reading a book. If you're relaxing and you're getting a swipe trade, that's beach money. Guys, we're literally making things happen here. There's no reason as to why people wouldn't take advantage of something like this when you're seeing results like this every day, right? So that's pretty much what it is, guys. That's what Forex is about. We're here to teach people how to become financially independent. Okay, we're here to empower, enrich, and educate people on how to really build a financial plan for themselves. So with that being said, guys, I want to thank you so much for taking time out of your Friday night. Seriously, a lot of respect for all of you for taking time out of your Friday night to plug on here for just a couple minutes, 30 minutes, to check out some information that can completely change your situation. So again, thank you so much for taking the time. If you'd like to add me on social media, let's stay connected. Let's keep in touch, all right? And I am looking forward to seeing you become a part of our trading family, okay? Being a part of the People in Profit movement. And so again, thank you guys for tuning in. Everybody, have a blessed, safe weekend. Any questions, get back to the person that brought you here. Okay, let them know right away what you want to do. You're either all in or you're all out. All right, so let them know what you want to do, guys. Everyone stay blessed. Have a great night. Take care, and I will talk to you soon. Peace.
I waited for you. I waited.